Hello, everybody. Glad to see you. I forgot that Jim was going to be in Indianapolis. How cool is that? He's on Zoom with us, and I think they're packing his son up to move him to St. Louis, right?
No, I don't think he's going to St. Louis. Is he going to St. Louis?
Where is he going? Isn't he? Well, whatever. So, but they're doing that. Pretty exciting. Thank you for joining us today. It is almost the end. It is the end of April. And this is Success Connect Mastermind. And I just always want people to come on here and know that we really are excited you're here. And we are plugging right along. There's quite a bit going on. And it is this week, we're going to go through our captain commitment. That's in Jim's honor. He is captain commitment, but we'll do it without him. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about that law of attraction and some things that only a few people even know. So you guys are getting and it's not something I created, but it's really kind of a cool way to look at affirmations. And then we'll do some masterminding on that. And then we'll talk about the commitments for next week, and we'll go from there. But thank you for taking time out today. I know the weather is kind of chilly here, but it's really pretty. It's getting nicer. So it'll get there. And thank you for making the time to be here. So I am just going to stop sharing so we can all see each other and go around, and let's see. I actually I have different things. You guys remember, Angie, I had something from the chat and I never looked at it. I think yours was something from last week. You said, take it from the chat. What was your commitment last week? You remember?
I've been adding more people into the loop on my CRM.
Okay. Oh, there's Jim. Okay. So how are you doing on that?
Good.
Good.
Yes. Currently, I still have a couple tasks left open, maybe 5. But I have been adding people back in. I think I said I was going to add 5.
Yeah.
Which I did, and I need to increase that number.
Because you're just crushing that, right? That's not a big deal.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was thinking 5 a day, but really I don't do it every day. I'd rather sit and work on it for 2 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A whole bunch in. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's going really well.
Good. Okay. So that's what I had a note that you had said I think the week before was 5. So I wasn't sure if we were still at the 5. But boy, isn't it nice when you got people checking in with you every week to see how you're doing? We actually have some of our TTR members are texting each other daily, or I don't know, you guys have different groups, have different things going on, but it's just nice. And it's not criticism, it's just support, right? So Nicole, you're next on my screen. And you're actually doing really well, aren't you?
So excited. I'd like to introduce you all to a free live webinar on Friday. Start your blog. And just thank you all so much. 2 years plus in the making. And just so excited. Just all your help. This is all of you all. Even Jim, I can't see you, but this is you too. And Danielle from the Netherlands. I feel like I'm getting an Oscar.
Isn't that funny?
And I did the website. Are you ready? The website on stream marketing. Like 2 hours. It was just, and we can we now have themes. Jennifer,
I know.
Maybe, but we have themes that we could just pop on there.
So sometimes the 2 years in between is not a bad thing, right?
No. So I'm excited.
Yes, good for you. That's exciting. Yes, she's shared it, and she's now
in. But I have to tell you, I'll put the link in the chat. But what do you call it? I have a freebie, and so it's like you opt in and put your name and your email to get on the newsletter, and then you get a freebie. And I'm working on the blog freebie, so it has a cousin freebie. It has the mindset before morning, but I'll put that on there if y'all want to take a peek.
He's not excited or anything about this. This is a big deal. We're pretty excited. And I think that's really cool. I'm excited. Oh, yay, Jim. Yeah, Jim, you're my next picture. Well, actually, everybody's jumping around. So, but Jim says he got 13 out of 15. I have 15 instructors and 15 manufacturers. How did you do on the Oh, okay. 12 out of the Okay. Wow. I mean, that's what's really cool. He's got 13 and 12. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of contacts. Good for you. Good, Jim. Great. Let's see. I don't know. Now it's getting like you're all in the middle. So Danielle, do you want to go next?
Yes. So it was my goal to manifest, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it was to manifest positivity in the thought of money and receiving money. And honestly, what a difference. I was going back on Linda's notes, and I was going back on what Angie had said, and I was reading what Nicole had said. So it was like, honestly, like everybody was like on my shoulder and by my side. And I was just like, hey, this is really fantastic. I felt so good. And then to top it off, I heard something else on a podcast and it said, you know what, you're being very not egotistical, arrogant to think that you can give and not receive, because who do you think you are? You're giving, but you also need to receive, and it's a monetary value, whatever case it is. So I was just like, whoa, this is like boom, 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 boom. Like, okay, guys. Like, okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
So now you're just waiting for the windfall.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm going to manifest many people. And I created a group, a Facebook group. I enjoy people. There, see? Keep it right there. That way negativity comes. I'm learning that too.
You're a funny woman. That's funny. That's good though. Wow. I kind of had a note that was something about energy. I think you did it. I think you're on the right track. I mean, I'm pretty excited for you. Now it's just a matter of when we had our other mastermind, or it was our mastermind last fall, ladies, Angie and Nicole, right? We had like intentions where literally you could say, ooh, but I mean, literally there is something about that. Yeah. What is your new Facebook group, Danielle? What's the name of it? Can we join it? Oh, you're muted. You're muted. Sorry. You're muted. There you go.
I was trying not to be rude. It's Envision Health. It's Envision Health members. So what it is I say anyone can join, but I'm really trying to get the people in there who are looking for coaching, like a baseline coaching. And then moving forward, you are all welcome to join. There is nobody in there yet. So you're welcome. You want to fill my cup, you go right ahead.
Well, see, there you go. That's your windfall right there. If we all join your group.
Your cheerleaders.
You say it's Envision Health. What?
Yes, I'll go ahead and I'll put the link in there so it's easier, because sometimes I say things wrong and then it's not. But absolutely, yeah, you all are more than welcome. I was working on it even before I got on. I was like, oh my word, you need to get over there. People are waiting for you. And so I was like really excited.
Well, we're
yeah. Thanks, y'all. Let me.
We'll need the link because there's other groups called Envision Health in there. Somebody named Molly has one. That one wasn't yours.
No. There we go.
Cool. All right. So I am going to make sure we save the chat. And I know I saved it from last week too, Angie, but for some reason, never looked back at the notes on that. So I'm sorry, but Danielle, that's exciting. We're excited for you. That's very cool. Linda in her new apartment. or house, whatever it is. Look at, she's really moving up in the world. Look at that background.
So yeah, my commitment last time was to finish that list of the free presentations that I'm giving, and so I've completed that list.
Yay.
So I'm thrilled to have that done.
Yeah.
That'll help with getting out there and scheduling it, knowing the plan, what I'm talking about before I overcommit.
She's looking at me when she's saying that. Have a plan. Don't just flop around. And no, I know you're not looking at me, but that is exciting. I mean, those are really cool things to be able to talk about. Thank you. I am looking at a number of things that I know we're all probably, last week I said, we were talking about, we're going to dig into it lightly. I don't want to get too crazy, but I think we've all heard of the law of attraction, the idea that whatever you think about, talk about, fantasize about, give attention to, you're going to attract more of it into your life. I mean, you just, we've been talking about deciding what you want, then focusing on what you want. You want to be focused on what you do want, not what you don't want. The law of attraction, you don't want to attract the wrong things. You don't want to be in the negative space when you're doing this. It's if you're this is Roger Crawford, and I am not sure who this is, but he is quoted, you have to control your thoughts. The power of your thoughts are just, if you're thinking negative all the time, then you're going to only attract more negativity. I mean, that's just been proven right and left. But he says, if you're an average person with a negative attitude, you're halfway to the bottom. If you're an average person with a positive attitude, you're halfway to the top. So, I was listening to Danielle before last week, or before you might have been in this group. Would you have created a Facebook group for that? I mean, was that part of your goal last week? I didn't have that written down.
No, it wasn't part of my goal, and I did consider it, and then I tossed it aside, and I considered it and I tossed it to the side. I just said, Instagram, Facebook, I have a Facebook group, but not like a community going, and so it's like Instagram feeds into Facebook. I have that going, and with the podcast and with the YouTube, I said no. I said, I have a client's login on my website, and I said, well, where are they going to log into? Because I got rid of the wellness practice system that I was using. I said, well, what are they going to log into now? And I said, well,
right,
you still have that group, and it was private. It was only for a 30-day. It was only for 30 days for people who joined my boot camp. But I said, I tell myself dude all the time. I said, dude, you need to like, dude, you really need to use this. It's here and it's established already. Use it, change it up. I don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's already there. Just, put a different picture, change the name. And I said, and open it up. And I said, okay, I'll do that then.
Okay, you're wound up. I'm glad. I'm very happy.
I feel y'all's energy. It's great. I love it.
Well, that happens to be the word of the day then, because I was thinking that Nicole, like 2 weeks ago, I don't know what last week you said, but you and I talked about it, so I knew you were working on it. But the same kind of thing. You didn't really have that goal on your radar, or did you?
The newsletter was sent out cards, and then I kind of put a hold on that because I wanted to go with stream marketing and kind of mix up like 3 ideas in one rather than have, all those different newsletters. So
cool.
Lots of goals.
Well, so I'm just saying there's energy flowing here that wasn't even really planned. And I don't know if that, I don't know. I mean, I'm just excited to see Danielle smiling and Nicole comes on. She's all excited. There's all these things that we're doing. And, you know, basically the power of your creating your experiences, your success, the quality of relationships, your health by your thoughts and your beliefs, the power of your mind. I mean, if you believe you can do it, then you can do it, even if you're not getting there as quickly as you want to get there. Your thoughts are simply, okay, your thoughts and your beliefs are simply thoughts you've conditioned yourself to think over and over again. The visual images you focus on internally and externally, the resulting emotions you create and your actions, and then you have control over all of these. So you have to drop out of the ain't it awful club and you have to join the, you know, there's a lot of possibility out there. Until a couple of weeks ago, I kept telling people there are limits on what people can do. And I kept saying something about, they would say, you can put anything you put your mind to, you can do it. And I kept saying, but I'm not going to be skiing down a slope. I have bad knees. I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to go skydiving. And Jackie Joy from Larry Levine's camp she and I are pretty good friends, but she was on a call and she goes, I beg to differ with you. Did I share this with you? She said, if you want to, you could skydive. You could. It's more mental for me than it actually is. I might break both my legs when I do it, but I could do it. It's not like I can't do it. You just have to be willing to say, what is the, you know, if I don't, do I need to skydive? No, I don't need to skydive. I just don't need to do that. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, I'm just not going to do it. I'm probably not because I don't want to do that. But in the big picture, I could do it. If I had that goal, I could make myself do it. Someday when I get my knees replaced, I am going to do some things like we walked in the Indiana Parkinson Foundation walk the other day that our network has been very involved in here in Indiana. And it really brought me back to, I want to do some 10Ks. I want to do these things. I love that. The same energy. You know, there's adrenaline that gets pumping when you're doing something you don't know that you think maybe I couldn't do it, whatever. I sent this out. The whole idea of the basic steps for the law of attraction is ask what you want, ask for what you want, believe that you can receive it. That's been probably my biggest thing. I don't want to skydive. I don't think I'll do that. But if I really wanted it, I could do it. Like I said, I might break both my legs when I do it, and then be ready to receive it. You know, I sent this out, and this just happened to be something that if you're on Jack Canfield's step-by-step guide, if you're on his email list, this is a step-by-step guide of the affirmation process. And affirmations are something that you basically say to yourself, you repeat them, you get out of that negative mindset, and you create these affirmations. They start with words like I am, and you use the present tense. Basically, the idea is your subconscious doesn't know what reality and what's actually happening and what isn't happening, really. So if you're telling yourself, I am something, whatever that is, even if you haven't experienced it yet, your subconscious says, okay, we have to get that, we have to do this. Now, it's funny, and I'm going to share this. I sent this out. This talks about creating effective affirmations. Have you guys done this before, right? We've all done affirmations, right? I'm not going to spend a lot of time on, let's all create you can do that, and I would encourage you to do it. But I would encourage you to do it. And then I would encourage you to put them all over your space. But they have to be something that your subconscious believes is possible and that your conscious mind doesn't kick out because it's so crazy or because it's so, and so those of us in the send out card world, I'll just tell you, Cody Bateman is writing a book and he's been sharing it with all of the affiliates, all of this thing about there's 6 steps to writing an effective affirmation, or there's 6 different things. I don't know if you've ever been in, have you ever written down an affirmation that you're like, oh, what a great idea, but there is no way on this planet. If you're $100,000 maker, you know, you're making 100,000 a year and you sit down to write an affirmation and you're saying something like, I wrote it down here. You know, I am making $1 million every year. You know, I mean, simple like that. But you're at 100,000. Do you not think that your conscious mind would say, 100,000 to 1 million or 10 mil or whatever it is? That is just such a big leap of faith. So Cody Bateman says, smart people are doing studies, and I'm just giving you this. This isn't even out yet. This information is really kind of cool when you think about how it is. I'm just going to break it down and then we're going to mastermind. And I am going to say to you right now, I would encourage you to write down some affirmations. It's just like us writing down our life purpose statement and having them around you. You can put, I mean, I know in here he talks about, you know, where you, oh, I don't know, I guess it does talk about different places you can put it. You can, you know, if you've ever seen somebody put them on their computer or, you know, whatever, and it just reminds you and you're constantly revisiting it. Jack Canfield talks about, there's one that is really kind of a cool one that he's saying, I am enjoying my sunshine life on the beach of whatever, blah, 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 blah. And it goes on and on, but it is where he is living now. He wasn't there when he wrote the affirmation, but he wrote, you know, he is living there now because he completely believed he was going to be there. So anyway, you have to just think your conscious mind can't quite comprehend some of our affirmations. So it is something that it literally kicks out. It says, that's a great idea, but going from 100,000 a year to 1 million, I mean, it's like, come on. I mean, that's quite a jump. And even your subconscious, or I'm sorry, your conscious mind says, there's no way. There's no way we can do this. So anyway, let me give you, I did not put them on a slide because I wanted to give you the steps or the different levels that if you start at 1 and you go to 6, it gradually gets you there and your subconscious can believe it. Your subconscious will believe it. Your conscious will be conscious mind will accept it because it's possible. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so all right, you guys are shaking your head, kind of looking at me. And it's all about energy, right? Thank you, Danielle, for using that word earlier, because that's what I was telling Linda. I feel like it's all about energy. If you're not gonna put it out there, if you're not gonna ask for it, if you're not gonna believe you deserve it, then you're not gonna get it. So if you have, you know, you're probably all looking here. Okay, when we start though, he uses using the present tense. He says, describe it as though you already have it, as though it's already accomplished. So this is the wrong way. I am going to get a new red Porsche 911. That's wrong. Right is I am enjoying driving my new red Porsche 911. Even though your subconscious or your conscious, I'm going to get so screwed up. Your conscious mind might say, I don't have a red Porsche. No, your subconscious doesn't know that. So it works toward that. Now you have to really believe the law of attraction is going to work here. The more you think about, there's so many stories out there about how people have used the law of attraction, affirmations, vision boards, all those kind of things to really literally manifest what they're trying to, right, Danielle? You said it, it's constant though. You got to be always thinking about it. So anyway, going back to the steps. So if you start out with gratitude statements first, So I'm going to give you the 6, and then I'll just give you some suggestions, and then we'll go on to masterminding. But just think about these for your own life and your own business and your goals. And so the first one is gratitude. The second statements are personality statements. Number 3 are value statements. Number 4 are skills statements. Number 5, achievement. And then the wealth is number 6. So if you start with wealth and go the other direction, your subconscious is, or your, I keep grouping that up, conscious mind is going to say, oh my gosh. But if you start, think about this. Does everybody, a lot of successful people, and I know I've shared it, and I know you guys probably have all read it, that a lot of the the most successful people out there say that they spend a lot of their day in gratitude, right? They start out in a place of great gratitude, and then they think about all the other things they have to do. So anyway, what are you grateful for? An example would be, I am grateful for the love in the world. I am grateful for my loving family. I am grateful for an abundance of well-being. I mean, some people might say, okay, that's kind of, but can we disagree with that? Maybe you aren't thankful or grateful for your loving family. Maybe you don't use that if that doesn't work. Don't try to, unless you're working toward that, and that's, what I'm saying, just anyway. So once you've got those, and you can have a number of those, obviously. Number 2 is personality. Who are you and what are you about? Some examples. I am passionate about connecting people. I get very excited about that. I am enthusiastic when people meet each other because I connected them or whatever. What are some other things? I'm happy. I'm funny. Well, I try to be silly. I am loving. I am lucky. You understand what I'm saying? These are things your conscious mind can't disagree with that, right? And if it's something that you're, maybe you're not experiencing that right at this moment, but it is something your subconscious can and your conscious mind can agree with, and you want more of it. So you're putting those in that order. Number 3 is value. What value do you bring to the marketplace? I can look at all of you and know that you bring value. But what do you feel you bring? I create massive, I'm working on it, create massive networking groups that, okay. Or I create relationships through my network, you know what I'm saying, that kind of thing. What do you want to do in your business or in your life? What do you want to, as far as value, what do you want to bring to the marketplace? Do you inspire them? Do you teach them? And then it kind of overlaps into the skills. We all need to have skills. So what affirmations, I one of mine would be, Nicole, is I am sharing on Instagram with no problems or something. I don't know. Instagram scares me a lot. And I know I should be out there. Nicole's doing it a lot, but I'm not. And I know any technology. I am sharing my musical talents with people who love and appreciate me. I don't know. That's the kind of thing. So any of those things, you might not be experiencing it right now, but your conscious mind can't say, oh, that's totally out of question. But your subconscious is really what's working toward that, even if you're not doing it right this minute. Now the number 5 is achievement. So Angie, what are you working toward right now that I know is going to be a big achievement? You said it last week in your group, not to. Yeah. So how could you do that I just think that's kind of cool because she happens to be working on that right now. You ladies were just talking about these events that you made this last week, and all 3 of you, Linda.
We close the doors, please.
But Angie is not that it's not like it any less that I mean, not any, it's just a big achievement. You're going to be a pilot.
Pilot, yeah. And it is in the beginning, I kind of felt like, oh, this is going to be fun. It's going to be cool. You know, I'm going to know how to, and realizing how much studying it takes.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's like taking a college course, and I don't even remember the last time I studied content and took a test, you know, like it's, you know, what's really funny is my husband's always been a bit of a motorhead because he grew up racing motorcycles. So he knows how motors and engines and all that work. It's just like the back of his hand, just because he was interested and he went through engineering school and all that. I have no idea what a piston does or a spark plug. Like, I know the term, but learning how the engine works. We didn't have to do that to drive a car. To drive an airplane, you have to know how all that works. So it's actually a lot more challenging than I originally thought it was going to be. But yeah, I can do hard things.
Yeah, so you can. So I mean, you know, maybe a year ago or 2 years ago, you might have put that out there as an affirmation, but now you're getting close. So I don't know, how could she word it as an affirmation? I am piloting so many.
I am a confident private pilot who has passed all of the tests.
Yeah. So, I mean, she may not be there quite yet, but she's going to very soon. I know she is. How soon is that? Like, it's not too far down the road.
My best guess is probably end of summer or mid-fall time period.
Cool.
And a lot of it has to do with timing. Like, I couldn't fly this week because the plane that I had reserved had maintenance. And at the time you find that out, all the other planes are already spoken for.
Right.
So some of it has to do with that, but I'm way behind in my studies, my ground school studies. So that's where I'm trying to focus now. So
good. Okay. So but that
depends on how much time you put into it. You can go fast, you can go slow, you can go everything in between. It's expensive to go slow.
Sure. I'm sure. So we all have that, though. Linda was saying she has so what's your next thing to do, Linda? Now that you have all your names of your topics.
Yeah, all my topics out there. At the moment I am setting that to the side because I am doing some local presentations in the area. And so my big focus is on doing the outreach to the local business owners. And, you know, some of that involves cold calling. When I get going with it, I really enjoy it, but I can get in my head about it ahead of time, about how awful it's going to be. So my big challenge is about staying out of my own head and doing the outreach.
Yeah. So are you shooting for so many people? And we may talk about that in your captain or your commitments for next week, but are you trying to get so many people by a certain date
I want 10 people in the room each time I do the presentation. And so 10 people is the goal, 10 attendees.
So when you're talking about an achievement affirmation, you could say something like, I am confidently, we'll use the word that Angie, confidently presenting to 10 plus business owners, or, you know, finish it the way, but you know what I'm saying, that's the achievement. And that's very realistic because you're already trying. Maybe you could stretch it a little bit or something, but your conscious mind's not going to throw it out of the, not going to throw it out of the possibilities. Like I said, the 100,000 a year to 1 million a year, that's quite a big leap. And sometimes people, if you give yourself these unbelievable, Cody Bateman says smart people have decided that affirmations, the biggest hurdle is getting people to really, the conscious mind to accept what you're putting out there, and you have to take it, kind of stair step it a little bit. That's why we're doing the 6. And number 6 is wealth statements. If you are stair stepping it to that point, everything to this point has been, I can do that. I mean, it's very realistic. You're not doing the 100,000 to 1 million. You're saying these are things I've already achieved, or these are things that are very much in my grasp. And now step 5 was achievements, achievement statements. And as soon as Cody Bateman comes out with the book, which is called The Promptings Process, I'm going to make sure everybody in this group sees it, or just because he's breaking it down, and it's the whole idea. His until, well, I think it's all over stuff, and it's in the story in your mind becomes the story of your life. So whatever you're telling yourself in here is what happens, Yeah, Nicole, can you type them all? I didn't, I'm lazy. She's asking. Number 1.
Sorry, my dogs started barking like crazy and I had to mute myself, and I definitely missed the step because I only have 5.
Yeah, so number 1 is gratitude. Number 2 is personality. Number 3 is value. So, gratitude, what you're grateful for. Personality is, who are you? What do you do? You're funny, you're passionate, you're lucky, you're loving, you're enthusiastic, those kind of things that are all, very realistic. Maybe you're not feeling that way this moment. Number 3 is value. So what value do you bring to the marketplace? And then number 4 is skills. What skills are you sharing? That profit acceleration roadmap that Linda shares with all of us, that's a skill that she can, that is, I've never met anybody that had that. I mean, I'm sure there's other people out there that have something similar, but, she can say, she can share that. And, she knows we all need to have skills, right? That we can bring. I mean, everybody in here, blogging, the keto, what is your Danielle, sorry, what do you call it? It's a keto.
Yeah, that's just part of the nutrition process, but it's integrative health practitioner.
Okay, integrative. So, and I mean, my goodness, Angie's not only going to be a pilot, she's going to be a clean, helping everybody get their glow on in their skin and their, and then she's a, anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. This is pretty amazing. And then number 5, I think Nicole put it in there, but the achievement is, what things are you doing? We talked about it. Linda, what do you want? She's going to be presenting, not going to be, she is, or I am presenting to 10 plus speakers, or not speakers, local business people. Is that where you were?
Business owners.
Yeah. And so that's the idea. Talking in the present tense. You keep it brief. You do want to be specific. The wealth statements, the wealth makes sense. If you've done all the others and your subconscious gets it and your conscious mind doesn't kick it out, then these actually, we get these, but literally, wealth statements, I am financially independent and free is a good example. Maybe putting numbers in there, you have to be kind of careful that you don't, that 100,000 to 1 million, your subconscious might say, okay, but your conscious mind says, I can't do that. But it can say, I'm financially independent and free. You could, be a little more specific. What does that mean? Nicole was on a call yesterday and she said, I want to be making this much money next year at this time. You need to be specific. I mean, you do, and the goal, the end of it is you might surpass, you hope that you're going to surpass it like oodles of times over. But if you don't have something that you're shooting for, and you know a specific. I attract commission flow in abundance. It depends on what you're selling, but or what your product is or your service. I attract multiple streams of income, and my money attracts money in abundance. So, those are kind of a little bit, they're maybe a little vague. There's maybe some more specifics that you could put in there. But the universe is made up of money. It is made up of money. There's a lot of it out there, people. And yes, Danielle, you deserve it. I got to go and hunt down that podcast I was talking about last week. But the lady says, Jerisha Hawk. She talks about we are trust fund babies of abundance. There's, if you look about the grass and the water, there's it's just a resource. So the idea, I think we've all been programmed. Did you guys grow up in a household where money was kind of, what was your mindset about money? Anybody got a mindset?
Well, it surely didn't grow on trees.
Yeah, it doesn't grow on trees. Well, it doesn't, Danielle, it doesn't grow. But what do you guys, I used to think of money and, if you had money, you're not bad person, but somehow there were no good people out there that were wealthy. Does that make sense?
That's very common. That's a very common thought.
we're all in a similar age group, and I think that's what we were all taught.
Yeah.
Money's the root of all evil was a common phrase.
Yeah.
And there's a scarcity mindset.
Yes.
And in my case, it wasn't super scarce and it wasn't like scary, but my parents didn't care about money. Like there was no ambition, I guess. It was just work, put food on the table, work, put food on the table, blah, 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 whatever. There wasn't any planning, at least they may have been doing it together because we made it. We always had food on the table, but they didn't show us, they didn't teach us, and they didn't care. Like my dad says, he's like, I have no idea how much money we have in the bank. Your mom handles all of that. Well, he was he was a passionate leader of our family who had no idea how much money they had in the bank. Like it was just like don't pay any attention to anything and hope that the paychecks come through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a good way to, I grew up in a house. My dad went to work every day. My mom did all the household work. And we did that because my dad worked hard to make money to take care of us. You better you work hard and don't think about taking a day off or going on a vacation or anything. My mom and dad are not married anymore. They have remarried other people that are much better for them. Their marriage was horrible. But in the big picture, we did not have good role models at all. And the idea that money, I always thought money would make, the more money you had, the more awful you were. That's horrible. But I don't even know why that, but I know in Kathy Heller's thing that Nicole and I were part of, if you're a horrible person, money's going to make you more horrible. If you're a good person, it's going to make you more good. You know what I mean? And it's kind of, I think about what is Nicole, I've listened to a lot of podcasts. I'm not sure you've listened to, but who's the guy that owns Starbucks? Howard Schultz.
Sounds right.
But the idea is he gives, I don't even know all the numbers, but I believe that he has sent oodles of people to college. He can afford to do it.
Yes.
And he doesn't even look at it twice. He just does it. If a person's,
be able to do that, huh?
yeah. But I mean, and so you have to, I do think as trust fund babies of abundance, whatever, we need to be thinking, not that if I make money, I'm somehow awful or that I shouldn't be asking for money. I should be asking for money. You're putting things out there that people should be paying you for. Poor Linda, I'm sorry. I sound pretty, no, I was talking because Linda's been working with me and trying to get me to charge more money for what I'm doing. And it's here I'm talking about money as though it's, but it truly is that you're all, we all are worth it. And I don't know if that, anyway, there's a lot I'm thinking about as I'm saying that, but your thoughts are energy. So what you are thinking every day about yourself, about the people you're, the things you're doing, if you're not thinking you're worth it, if you're not believing that you deserve it, then it doesn't matter. You can have those affirmations all over the place, but if you truly, and if you're saying it negatively, I think what was it? 87% of what we take in every day is negative. I'm now with my grandchildren. Every time I say no to them, I'm like, oh crap. But I gotta say no to protect. There's certain things, but whatever. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm gonna leave it at that as far as that. Use those as a guide. And when the book comes out, I would encourage you just to, think of those and share them, think about them. They do say, read them 3 times a day, post them all over the place, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's stories about people who've done affirmations and vision boards, which I hope you know what vision boards are, but they put that away, they put their affirmations away, and a couple of years later, they find out they're living in the house that was on their vision board, or they're making the amount of money that they were, and you can all say, well, that's kind of, yes, but no, it's because they believed they could make it to that. So anyway, I'll leave that alone. Any thoughts, anybody? I don't know if yes, ma'am.
I love the layering, as opposed to just pulling affirmations out of your head.
Right.
There's like a layering to it to get, to number 6,
Yeah. Thank you. And Jack Canfield really doesn't go into that, but this success step-by-step thing is really, and he is a big affirmation believer. And have you ever heard of, well, there's so many things he does. I'm not going to talk about everything, but there's so much, we could go into so much of that. So as we go into May, we're talking about making the connection. I think the first connection is making it with yourself and believing you can do it. And I will just share the last few weeks, I put it out there to the universe. I want music. Guess what? I got a lot of music. I got a lot more than I even thought I could ever handle. And it's exciting because I'm like working with people who are really talented, not just want to be. Anyway, sorry. Okay. What would you guys like? What are your goals for next week before we get kicked off? No, we're not going to get kicked off. We're fine. But anybody want to start? What are your goals? I'm saving that.
I have a new goal,
Yeah.
and it has to do with my One Hope
Yes.
wine business. When I started this, I didn't want to be doing wine tasting. So I decided to partner with a nonprofit each month and drive wine sales from people that they bring to me, supporters, donors, staff, friends, whatever. I was doing like one a month and maybe one additional, but my thought was I'll focus on one nonprofit for an entire month. It wasn't really working. The sales weren't there. For whatever reason, I was doing all of the things that I thought I needed to be doing, but I was getting maybe 3 orders out of the whole thing. And there were like 50 members of the Facebook group. And anyway, so I was like, okay, I really need to rethink this. And do I want to stay in this business? What am I going to do? It is definitely a side gig to my skincare business. I had an excellent call with one of the top earners in One Hope, who does all her wine sales virtually. And I get on a call with her because my big thing is I don't want to do parties. I don't want to have the party plan. And I get on a call with her and find out she's doing exactly what I was doing, but she's doing multiples each month. And she said, rather than like I was trying to focus on one nonprofit every month and give them all my social media posts and all that kind of stuff. And she said, no, she goes, sometimes I run 9 or 10 in a month. She said, yes, you're going to have some that only get 3 orders. It's going to happen. But the more you have running, she goes, some of them are huge. She's doing almost $10,000 in sales a month, simply running multiple nonprofit events, doing exactly what I was doing. Like, she was like, oh, you got this. You'll be able to do it. Just keep doing it. Just do more of them. And it's going to take time because scheduling the posts in the Facebook group takes a lot of time, but she was a real good mentor for me. She had a lot of energy. She was very, no BS. Like, I really liked her communication style and everything. And I thought, you know what? Maybe that's the key. I got the steps in place. I just need to reach more of them. So yesterday I sent a simple email to about 25 nonprofits that I found online saying, here's what I do. Love to help you. Are you interested? Reply back. So I guess, I don't know if it'll happen in one week, but I would at least like to have 2 responses and 2 set up for the month of May. And she even runs them only for like a week at a time. So it's get in, get your orders. If you're not placing your orders, we're shutting it down and I'm moving on to the next one. So that's kind of what I'm gonna.
Good for you.
That's what I'm gonna try to do.
So you need to let us know how we can help you with that, because that is a big undertaking.
Yeah, I've met a ton of nonprofits in the last 7 years through the Exchange Club, through TTR, but I don't have a list of them. And I'm racking my brain trying to remember all the nonprofits that I've been involved with for 7 years, and I can't remember. So if you want to just text me the name and maybe a contact name or the website of nonprofits that you guys know of, that would be really helpful, because I'm just massive emailing. This is what I've got. If you want to respond, great. And she says she messages like 50 in a month with that simple message. Here's who we are. Here's what we do. If you're interested in a fundraiser, let me know. And if I get out of 50, if 10 of them say, yeah, that sounds great, that's 10 events that I'm running. Right.
So have you connected with Kim Williams on that?
We have, and I think we ran one when I first started, but she didn't want to do it for Parkinson's because they had another fundraiser going at the time.
Okay, so the only reason, and we'll go on to everybody else, but the Indiana Parkinson Foundation is only one. Kim's in groups that are nonprofit groups. So there's other nonprofits that she could connect. So that might be an angle to go back to, you know what I'm saying? Not an angle, guys. I'm not trying to sound like let's be a weirdo and be, figuring out the angle. But Kim was talking about that today. Yeah. She's in groups that are other executive directors are in. Yeah. And maybe, so that I would just suggest that. Let's see, Linda, what do you want to do for next?
Angie, do you know about GuideStar?
Yes, I actually was on their website yesterday and I used that. In fact, that's where I found the 25 that I messaged. And in fact, none of the 25 that I messaged yesterday were ones that I knew about previously. I just literally went through each one and I just searched Indiana, yeah.
Yeah, because there's something like almost 2 million organizations, and I think they're all listed in GuideStar.
There you go. See, and Linda has the background of all the nonprofits, right? Isn't that where the world you were in before that? Yeah. So there you go. Okay, cool. So Nicole, so do you see that question? Let's see, are you having?
Yeah. No, I'm doing a different group for each nonprofit.
Yeah. So that's how we can, definitely help her while we're in here, but also who do we know that would be, and it would be something like Linda's thing, that massive connection is kind of a big deal. Who do you know that, but that's why Kim Williams she just mentioned that today. So Danielle, what do you think? What do you want to do for next week?
I'm going to reach out to 5 churches, because it's been on my heart for a long time to work with some kingdom workers, like literally work with kingdom workers and give them an opportunity to get healthy at a lower price, not free, but a lower price. And without all the junk in between. And it's been there for like, I don't know, for almost a whole year now. And I didn't do anything with it. So I was like, oh no. But now's the time. Yeah.
Okay. Can I be stupid? Is kingdom workers, is that a term for church people?
Believers.
Exactly. Yeah. Church leaders,
Oh, sorry. Okay.
the people who are putting their back into it.
Good for you, but you're going to reach out to how many churches?
5.
5?
Yeah, that's probably too low, but I'm going to say 5.
Well, I have a feeling you're going to come back and you're going to say, I've been talking to 20 a week, something like that. Now, we're not holding you to that, but.
No, I'm holding myself to 5.
You are awesome. You and I have a conversation on Saturday too. Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Checking in now with there. Okay, Nicole, what is your plan?
Me? Okay, so I'm working on my freebie. I want to nail that out like ASAP, like by midnight tonight. My freebie is a checklist for 5 important things to consider, tips to get started on your blog. So I have that for my website. Also something else too, working on a workshop. I'm thinking of like a 6-week workshop, and then for a paid workshop, and then the fundraiser idea I love from listening to Angie, and then also Cindy Golileno.
Yes. Yes.
What's her name?
Giuliani. Yeah.
That lady. Yeah, I should know that. Like Mayor Giuliani from New York. But anyway,
Exactly.
She I want to like put part of it, to that whatever is earned to charity. So
You're an awesome. That's awesome. Okay.
I don't know if I had told you that yet.
No, that's very cool. And we will all, I know she has, just tell us, you're going to do a thing on Friday, right?
Yes, yeah. If y'all are available 1 p.m. Eastern, start your blog, kind of like blogging 101. Yes, you can.
And she's actually, you can, they connect with you on Facebook, or did you post it in here?
I did not. I can do it.
Yeah,
Facebook,
why don't you do that really quick?
Okay, thank you. Okay.
And Linda, did you already tell me what you're doing?
Well, it's the 10 people
Okay.
on my live presentation.
That's right, 10 people. That's right, we talked about it. Okay, 10 people okay. So, and that's cold calling is basically what you're doing right now. Just kind of, and you're not thrilled about it, but you enjoy it once you get going.
Right.
Okay. Linda gave me a whole long laundry list of things I have to do because I have a week where I'm going to be out of town with my grandchildren, but it's a lot of stuff I can do. We are trying like crazy. I'm trying. Nicole's helping me, and I know I've got people who are in all the ranks of our groups that are helping me. So we are trying to really define who we are, what we're doing, where we're going. Our marketing, and what's the big picture for why does somebody come to PTR? Whether you're in the mastermind, whether you're in the the regular groups, and we've got a lot of things coming up. So I think there were 4 videos that I have to watch. And I've already created 20 questions that we're going to create videos for, but I have to get all these. I'm sending to Linda. This is my thing. Linda, I'm sending Linda the 20 questions. What else did I have to send you? I had to watch the videos, send Linda the 20 questions, and then I have to review. Yes.
Yeah, review the freebie.
The report that we did, and then we're working on moving our. Gosh, every time I think we're getting close, though, we go, oh, I think we'll build a new website. No, it's like a major thing. No, we're not building it yet, but I need to be reviewing the report, and then we're going to probably reorganize it or recreate it or something like that.
Refine?
What?
Refine?
refine and that kind of stuff. So I'm refining. Yes. So we have a report out there all about networking groups, and we put a lot of time into it, actually. A lot of us did. So anyway, I will, that's my goal. I don't know what Jim's going to do. Hopefully next week he'll be back, able to join us as a full house. And I do, or as a, just sitting at his desk. And then I think Diane, I'm going to reach out to her. I would love to have her join us because I think she brings a lot. Margaret's schedule had gotten just crazy. I'm leaving the door open for her to join us again if she decides. But at this moment, it was just, she had piled on quite a bit in her business. So anyway, I will send you anything else I can about the affirmations. And like I said, when the book comes out, I'm going to make sure everybody gets to see it from the man who created it. It's pretty awesome. It's just, if you really break it down like that, it's so much easier, so much easier. And your body, and your conscious and subconscious don't, have this big battle going on. It can be believed. So Friday at 1 p.m. on Eastern time it is a Zoom, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Nicole, there's not a Zoom link on the Facebook event.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, so do we have to register to get the link?
Well, yeah, I'm getting, that's why there's the registration to sign up for it, because it'll get you in the group. And then there
So
will be a,
I don't know
actually,
where the registration is.
I just said I was coming. Do I have to
Yeah,
register?
is that not the register? Okay, I'm confused. The link, is that the register?
So I'm on the Facebook event,
Okay,
and the picture at the top
yes.
says, Friday, when it is, save your seat. And then the link is the Facebook event, which is what I'm already in. And there's nowhere that says register here, or I don't know where to go to register so that I get the emailed Zoom link.
I'm confused then. I thought that was, well, is that a post? I guess I would, so people
it's
who
an
say they're going, right,
Yes.
but people who click they're going, then I would post in that group, the event, the
Yes.
Zoom link.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's
So
where
that-
you're going to put the
yes,
Zoom link.
Thank
Okay.
you. Yes,
Okay.
I will post it in the group.
I mean, so that's why we do an Eventbrite link or whatever, because it's got that, but the Eventbrite connecting with the Zoom is sometimes where we've ended up in problems with other events because people are trying to get in. So yeah, I mean, would that be the answer, Linda? Danielle, you guys got any other? That's probably it, right?
For me, that seems like the best answer. I don't know of any other. Facebook and
So this is a free event information on content marketing that, when I met Nicole a couple of years ago, again, after meeting her over and over and over again, but not officially sitting down, she was in the middle of this unbelievable program about blogging. And it only seems like she has to share it, she has to share it. And she's got unbelievable knowledge about it. And, so we're very fortunate to have, so that's free on Friday, but then she's hopefully doing this 6-week course that will follow it. But
Yes.
yes,
Well,
sounds good.
the link could be put in the details page. Is there a reason not to put it there, Nicole?
I don't know. So the details page?
Yeah.
You
all
set
you
up
Where
the
you have
Facebook
the
event.
description?
Okay.
Yeah. So are you going to use one of our TTR lines for that?
Well, you are so sweet. I don't know. I was going to ask you because mine is 45 minutes.
So
sometimes
let's just
43.
say this out loud. If anybody that's a member of TTR
Aw, you're so
wants
sweet.
to use one of our 3 lines that I pay for every month, it's not like, I mean, why not use it that way? No, it's one of our, it's one of our, it's going to come up until you put your face on there. It's going to say TTR networking, or it might say my name or whatever, but you can use that as a tool. And Nicole, I figured we'd probably do that anyway, so no big deal. But you just let me know. But exactly
So
what
there's a details section in the event, and that's where I put the Zoom link.
Yeah. So Linda, is
Okay.
there information in the details that she's already shared?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a part that you already filled out. You're just,
Oh, the
adding it.
description. See, that's
Yeah,
where I get confused.
exactly.
Do I should just put the Zoom link there and
Okay, so the only thing that I would say, and maybe Danielle and Linda might have some other thoughts, but the
Okay.
only thing I would say is that when you do that,
yes.
you are opening yourself up to people having the Zoom link and jumping on and stripping.
Yeah, see, and then I'll miss their contacts, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but do you want to contact somebody who's stripping?
Oh, stripping.
I'm just saying.
I miss that.
I'm just saying, though, you could have somebody
I
who
don't
jumps
know,
on and
maybe.
you could just have a photo bomber kind of, whatever. But the idea
No
is,
photo bombers. No.
that's why I make people go through the Eventbrite, because then they get the generated. But for what you're doing and the quickness of what you wanted to have it on Friday, I don't
I'll
know
just
that.
put it in the details.
But
Yeah,
now that we
For
know it,
now,
yeah.
I would just put it in the details. There's a different way to do
Okay,
it that
thank
protects
you.
it, but you
Okay.
don't have time to
Okay.
do all that, and
Yeah,
there's other technology to do it. But
yeah.
for now,
Thank you.
I would just
Thank
put it in the
you.
details.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then you just, I think when you're doing Zoom too, I think you can go in and you can literally, what am I trying to say? You could pick somebody out. I didn't know you could do that before. You guys probably have done that. Maybe not
I
kick
have
people,
not done that yet.
but you could if you needed to do that. So,
Yes.
I mean, there are controls that are built into the Zoom that we all probably didn't know until, after we'd been doing it for a while. So
Right.
anyway, I'll be on the call anyway, so we can use, but just,
Thank you.
we'll just, there's nobody else here, so we can use whatever line you
Can we
want.
use the same? I was going to ask you, can we do the same for the cards, the chill
Yeah.
and cards? Okay.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Okay. Thank
And
you.
then just,
I'll add that
yes.
shortly, ladies.
Yeah, and I guess basically I could set it up. Why don't I just set it up as, something like that. And then you'll have it. And then when people log in, they'll see that it's actually called, and it's not Jennifer's Zoom line.
I feel like that's Jennifer. No, they know who you
Yeah, there
are.
you go. I think that's going to work, but that's Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Danielle.
Yes.
Be a little bit later
I
for
hope
you.
you
but-
can come. I hope y'all can come.
Yes, thank you. We'll get it out there though. And Nicole,
But I'll record it. Jennifer, do you realize I've been on a Zoom this whole time and I've not been kicked out?
yay!
This is phenomenal, you all.
It's manifestation at its finest. That's all I can tell you. All right.